Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank y'all so much for coming back. I do appreciate it. If you're new around these parts, my name is Shalise. I'm a 40-year-old mama, wife, and work bee. My husband and I are trying to get to financial freedom and early retirement in about 2 years, and so we're just documenting our journey here on YouTube. I am not a financial advisor or fiduciary or even a guru. I'm a regular investor. I'm up early in the morning in my pajamas making these videos, trying to be consistent because I don't want any excuses for why we cannot get to our goals. So if you want some motivation, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Beware of scammers and fake pages. So today we're going to be doing our dividend income report for the month of December 2024, and I'm going to be sharing with you also some dividend insight and metrics for 2025 that we're looking to track, my husband and I. So again, do not blindly follow us. Remember, this is our journey, our money, our portfolios. You want to make sure you are creating your own strategy and just be consistent. That's the secret. Dollar cost average and be consistent. You got to build good habits with this. So I'm going to zoom in because I know some of you are on your phones and I want to make sure that, you can see this pretty good. So I made this spreadsheet. This is a more advanced spreadsheet. I made a very beginner friendly version. I actually made a spreadsheet workbook. I created a 2025 investment planner. If you did not know, I'll have a link below for a full flip through and you can see the entire planner and the spreadsheets that will come with it. But I made that for extreme beginners just starting. You don't want to have too much information to get confused. Trust me, I understand. I've been there. This spreadsheet you're seeing is a little bit more advanced with some more calculations, and it's something that my husband and I like to look at. We have literally 25 different spreadsheets for our entire financial makeup. So this one I'm going to be sharing on the video today. So this first chart right here is for monthly dividend income. This is just a quick visual for my husband and I to look at to see monthly what are we kind of getting. Okay, so you can see back in November I did make a dividend income for the month of November. Check it out. It was for $736.77. Now let me back up. This is for taxable accounts only. Okay, so what I share on the channel is taxable accounts. Now I'll get questions about what about the 401k and all that. That is for long-term future. So we split our portfolio into two. We have short-term future, which are bridge accounts, taxable accounts, high-yield savings accounts, etc. And then we have long-term future. That is retirement accounts. That's a 401k, HSA, Roth, all of that type of stuff. That is for 59 and a half. I just turned 40. So I wanted to give you some context so you know some of the reason behind why we structure and track the way we do. For the month of December, right away, you can see that we made $1,461.89. More on that later, but that's how much we made from the taxable accounts in the month of December. And then you can see right here, $218.15. Those are some of the dividends we already received for January. So January is not over yet. But as they come in, I like to really look at them, if that makes sense. So let me move over to this next chart over here. And you can see this is just another visual of individual payers so that we can see, well, how much are we getting paid, so far tracking yearly, if that makes sense. And this is starting from, I think, November or December of last year as well, just so that we can see a visual of individually how much are we being paid, through the year. So I'm going to scroll down and you can basically see where I track all of the payments. So you can see first starting with November in this first column. Because the month is over, I will usually highlight it in black and then put white, font so that we can see the month is over. We got our dividends, etc. For December, I'm going to do that once this video is over. I just wanted to make sure I could show you guys. You can see some of the payments we received for December. So I have a few screenshots up on the screen. And what I'm going to do is show you some screenshots of our smaller payouts and some screenshots of our larger payouts, so that if you are just starting and you're it's taking you a long time to get those bigger payouts, we all start somewhere. That's the premise of this. We all start somewhere. You just want to make sure you start and you're consistent. And the secret, build up your share sizes. Okay. Build them up. So SCHD, $463. That was a big one that paid out in December. You'll see a screenshot of that. SPLG, you know how I like that. That's great for tracking the S&P 500. It's an alternative to VU, so you don't have to worry about, well, VU is so expensive. SPLG literally tracks the exact same way, same performance, same return, even pays out a dividend. So $82.81, our famous VTI, which is a foundational one for us, $258.87. Let me scroll down and get some smaller ones. Okay. So AVGO, which is Broadcom, I'm trying to build up this position, $5.90. Again, small. NVIDIA, 70 cents. Okay. Because again, NVIDIA is more on growth, but it does pay out a very tiny dividend. But money is money in my eyes. And so that one paid out that. Let's see another small one, Stag Industrials. I'm thinking of actually selling this. More on that later, but we received $6.19. Good old Coca-Cola, $24.31. And let's do one more. Visa right here. Visa was one of the picks in our investing challenge. I've been doing this challenge for a couple years now. It's all of my community posts. I even have an investing challenge playlist. So there's no reason, no excuse why no one should not be investing, especially with fractional shares. It's a game changer. You got $2, you can invest with fractional shares. Okay. So 59 cents in that one. And then, Waste Management, 76 cents. Okay. So small does add up. You can see right here at the bottom, $1,461.89 we earned. Coming over to January, the column in January, I have it formatted so that when it does pay, it highlights in green until I can close it out at the end of the month. So we received so far $76.51 in Altria, ticker symbol MO. QYLD did not pay out in December. It's just how the calendar was structured. So they did pay out at the beginning of January, and that was for $135.45. So again, you're seeing some of the payments we received in January. Okay. So, and this just tracks all year. So we're all ready for 2025, which is pretty cool, I think, just to be able to see the metrics. And this is a great motivator too when the markets are down, because the markets have been down recently. And it could be like a little nerve-wracking, but you got to think a little differently when it comes to your investments. Red is a good thing. Now, you want to make sure you have an emergency fund. You want to make sure you are paying off high interest debt, but you also want to make sure you're investing because you can't get time back, right? We're all getting older, and you may want to stop working. You may get sick, God forbid, and you want to make sure you have something to fall back on. Even if it's not $1 million, $500,000 is still enough to rely on. $300,000 is still enough, okay? Some other dividend payments that we received, I actually have to go back and do more calculations so I can get the whole year. But we got some at the end of December, and I wanted to point this out here. So the 401k, some of you don't realize you can receive dividends in a 401k. Again, dividend investing is not for everybody. It is for us. We love it, especially in our bridge accounts. Our retirement accounts has a lot of growth in it, but still, you can get dividends from off of growth. We received $6,789 in the 401k. You will see a screenshot. The HSA, I will have a screenshot as well. We received $2,213.55 from an HSA. So HSAs are great because they have a triple tax benefit. The money goes in tax-free, it grows tax-free, and when you take it out and use it on qualified medical expenses, it's also tax-free. There's another loophole, whereas if you pay all of your medical expenses out of pocket, save your receipts, upload them to the cloud, you can reimburse yourself back in the future. But I think we're going to just keep it for medical costs because as you get older, you are going to have medical expenses. And to be able to let this money grow and receive dividends and be able to use it for medications and copays is an amazing thing. So again, yes, you can get dividends in a HSA, and then other here is like some of our other various accounts. My husband has an old Roth IRA. We get dividends in some of the bank accounts. You can get dividends right in like a bank account, and also Fundrise as well. So we can't complain about that. If I come, so just quick math. Other dividends, if I do the math down here, is $11,003.43. And then if I come over to this other chart, I have a dividend like milestone chart. So I cross it out every time we, achieve a milestone. So I will update this to say like 1400, 1450, so on and so forth. and then dividend balance or dividend portfolio balance milestones. So I do have to cross all of these out. Do that there. So our next milestone is $275,000. The market did fall back, so we would have achieved this if we did not have several pullbacks in the market, but that's okay. About long term, 500,000 is like the short term goal, and I think we can get there. Coming over to this right here is a little quick chart that I created. Move my face. That about dividend tax rates. So yes, you do have to pay taxes on dividends. You see it right here, I have a little blurb. Qualified dividends are taxed at 0, 15, and 20%. So qualified dividends, most stocks, ETFs, or funds are qualified dividends, so you pay a lower tax rate. So yes, you have to pay taxes. But if I get to pay 0 or 15 or 20%, I'm all about that, okay? And the non-qualified dividends are taxed up to 37%, but they're taxed at your current income tax rate. So you should know that, especially if you are filing taxes. And non-qualified dividends are usually from REITs. So keep that in mind. So if you own realty income, that is a non-qualified dividend. But SCHD is a qualified dividend. So we would get taxed at 0, 15, or 20%. And let me tell you, from the day job, we get taxed more than that. So your assets, you get taxed less. So I'm not here to tell you to, don't invest in this because of tax reasons. All I'm saying is I have to pay tax on MT. I have to pay taxes on YouTube, side hustles. I'd rather pay as little tax as I can versus a lot of tax and still increase our assets, if that makes sense. So you can see right here in this chart, just move this up. So for 2024, for December, we received $1,461.89. I minus 25% tax. That's probably overdoing it, especially according to our CPA, because we have other rental properties. I have a side business. My husband has a side business. There's a lot of tax benefits and write-offs with those. But again, just for planning, minus $365.45. After tax income is $1,096.42, just to have like an idea, right? Never hurts to have like an idea. And then last but certainly not least, I'm going to come down. This is us tracking our monthly dividend income in a little chart right here. Let me zoom out a little bit because you can't really see this. Okay, well that's not better. Let me do it again. Okay, so like this is a dividend income for 2024, dividend income chart for 2025, 2026, so on and so forth. So 2024 is over. All of it is crossed out because the year is over. So year to date, $9,262.11 from our taxable accounts. Average monthly income, $771.84. Average week, our dividends gave us about $178.12. And the average day, our dividends made about $25.73. Isn't that crazy? Our dividends is working for us. Like our accounts are working for us. So I love it. We have over here in for 2025, again, we're just starting. So far we received $218.15, and I'll have that all filled out when the month is over. And then coming over here to passive income statistics. So fire yearly expenses, about $3,800. Fire income sources. So again, you don't see a 401k here. So if you're trying to achieve fire, you want to think about, are you adding a 401k in? You shouldn't, because you can't access it if you're in your 40s. Are you adding in Roths? Well, are you going to do a Roth conversion? Like, how are you going to do that? And so we want to keep that for our long-term future. So we're just including dividend income, average about $1,000 a month. Rental income, $1,700 a month. MT, I earn way more than $1,000 a month, but this is just being, conservative with our numbers. Interest income, I have interest spelled wrong. Don't judge your sister. It's early. And other income, like high yield savings, like things like that. Other side income, royalties, things like that. $500. So we're looking at about $4,300 a month in fire income. That's just the projection. And then 2024 total dividends in all accounts, $20,265.54. So this was a longer video, but I wanted just to give you guys some insight into all of the tracking and why we track the way we do. I'm thinking of listing this spreadsheet. Again, it's a little bit more advanced, and You just want to make sure you're comfortable with this. But again, like I said, if you have the investment planner, you do get 3 spreadsheets with it. And those are very beginner friendly, and those are just as good to track with as well. And like I said, I'll have a link below for that. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Let me know some of your goals for 2025 when it comes to dividend investing. Are you trying to dividend invest for FIRE or early retirement? Are you just focused on traditional retirement? Both are great. Let me know what your plans are. Again, guys, thank you so much. And until next time, you already know, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.